Today's workout is a superset workout. What that means is we've paired two exercises back to back. The first exercise will be an isometric hold. You're going to hold the exercise for about 30 seconds to 1 minute, whatever time frame works for you. Then the second exercise, we're focusing on the eccentric load while the muscles are lengthening. So what that means, if I take a bicep curl as an example, the isometric hold would be like this. I would be at 90 degrees and I wouldn't be moving. When I'm focusing on the eccentric part, I'm going to hold that bicep curl here. So I'm going to do my full rep, and then I'm going to focus on 6 to 10 seconds on the negative portion on the way down while the muscles are lengthening. I'm going to go for 6 to 10 reps on the negative portion there as well. And then I go back to the first exercise. I go through everything 3 times each, and then I rest, and then I move to group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. So we're going to explain and give all the modifications in the video to follow. Here we have a banded isometric bicep curl. We're using a band. If you don't have a band, you can use a heavy object in your home. You can use a barbell, or you can use dumbbells. So what you want to focus on here is you're keeping those elbows pinned tight to the body, and you're maintaining that 90-degree angle at your elbow. You're going to hold for the length of this duration of the circuit. So whether you're setting your time for 30 seconds or a minute or somewhere in between. Paired with the isometric bicep curl hold is a banded row. So Quinn's going to pull the band back. Then once he gets to the top, he's going to start a slow count from 10 down back to the beginning. So he's counting as slow as possible. Once he gets back down to the beginning, that is 1 rep. So then he's going once again, he's trying to get 10 seconds down on every time. If you need to modify, you're going to reduce the time. So you could do 8 seconds, or you could do 6 seconds, or even 5 seconds on the way down. We're focusing on the time under tension, and we're aiming to get 6 to 8 reps. You can also do this with a barbell. So with a barbell, it looks the exact same. You're pulling those lats back, elbows come back, and then you're squeezing, holding, and then maintaining that slow count on the way down. If you don't have a band or a barbell, you can grab some heavy object in your home, or some soup cans, a suitcase, anything that you can use works for this. Here we have an isometric Superman hold. So we're squeezing into the glutes, we're elevating our chest off of the floor, maintaining tension in our core. Our arms and legs are off of the floor, our chin stays tucked. From here, we hold this position for the length of our circuit timer. If we need to modify, we'll come back down and reset, and then we'll go right back into it as soon as we're ready. Here we have a banded lateral shoulder fly. So we're standing on the band, we're elevating our arms up to shoulder height, we're engaging through the delts. On the way down, we're counting our slow count of 10, anywhere from 6 to 10 seconds. So we're aiming to get 10 seconds. Our modification can be to reduce that time. If you don't have a band, you can use soup cans, dumbbells, or anything heavy that you have in your home. We have an isometric Swissball Deadbug. So you're going to check your low back, make sure it's pressed into the floor. Then from there, you're bringing your quads and your forearms to press into the Swiss ball. You're maintaining the pressure for the whole time of your timer. Well, you want to make sure the low back doesn't come up off of the floor at all, and that tension does not fall from any part of your arms or legs. Your knees are bent at 90 degrees, and you're maintaining this position. If you don't have a Swiss ball, you can make a prop with pillows, or you can take your hands and press them onto your quads to keep tension. Here we have a banded oblique dip. So we're anchoring our band to the table, and then from there, we're extending through our spine, and we're making sure that we're slow on the way back up. You want to make sure your ear, shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle all stay in the same line here, so we're not rounding or leaning back in this movement. We're staying straight. We're going to go for 5 to 8 reps on one side, and then 5 to 8 on the other side. We're still trying to get that 10-second eccentric movement. If you have a heavy dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can use that here as well. You can also DIY a heavy weight by taking a suitcase or a backpack, putting a bunch of books in it, and holding it on one side. Next up, we have a mini band external rotation isometric hold. So we're going to keep our elbows pinned tight to the side of our body, and then we're externally rotating through our shoulders. Once we can no longer externally rotate anymore, that's where we're holding for the duration of the time. So notice how this one is pretty hard, because this is only about 15 seconds in and Quinn is already shaking. So if you get the right amount of tension on your band, this one is going to burn. Here we have a chest raise. We're making sure our palms are supinated, so they're facing the ceiling to start this exercise to make sure we're targeting in through the pecs. What you want to make sure you're squeezing the pecs together on the way up. Once you reach chest height with your object, whether that's a med ball, dumbbell, kettlebell, or something heavy you've created in your home, you're going for that slow and negative portion. So you're hitting 6 to 10 seconds on the way down, and you're trying to get 6 to 10 reps total on this exercise, making sure you have a slight bend in your knees so that the core can stay engaged the whole time to avoid kipping. Here we have an isometric wall sit hold. So we're pushing weight into our heels, gripping the floor with our feet, sinking down to 90 degrees, pushing our back into the wall, and we are maintaining this position for the duration of our timer. Here we have a sissy squat. So what you're going to do, you're going to come up onto your toes, your shoulders, ears, hips, and knees all stay in the same plane of motion. From there, you're dipping as low as you can and as slow as you can, and then coming back up to the top. So Quinn is using a chair for support here. You can use a table or a chair if you want that extra support, or you can do this completely body weight. You're getting as low as you can, and you're going as slow as you can. So anywhere between 6 to 10 seconds on the way down, and anywhere between 6 to 10 reps total.